Señores de Combo, bienvenidos. Tenemos una nueva película de comedia y la estrella, the star, is Jason Bateman. How are you, man?
Good, how are you?
First one that follows us gets shot. Okay, roger that. You drive safe.
You mix a lot of genres, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that was kind of what we set out to do. You know, we didn't want to just do a typical comedy. We wanted it to be as much of a thriller. And so we shot it to look like a thriller. We cast actors who you don't usually see in comedies. And it's got lots of surprises and twists and turns.
It's incredibly challenging, too, because comedy in and of itself is really difficult to pull off. And to also make it look good and have genuine surprises in it is incredibly challenging.
We don't appreciate what we have until it's gone.
Oh, because your wife left you.
Yeah, I think that's the cool thing about it. It has like layers of thriller, horror comedy, and like it has everything.
Yeah, it's sort of, there's romance in there. It's kind of a romantic comedy with, you know, Jason and Rachel's characters.
Someone in this room is going to be taken, and it's going to be up to you to find them.
It's a murder mystery party.
Whoever finds the victim wins the grand prize.
Why did you choose the cast in this?
Well, we wanted a mix of people that were really funny and then dramatic actors who we haven't often associated with comedies, just to kind of stay true to the theme of this genre mashup.
Jason was attached from the beginning. Rachel was our first choice, and she came on, and then it was just this great chemistry between the two of them.
We're down to 2 teams, so for double points, what is the name of the purple Teletubby?
Tinky Winky.
You're both correct.
And Rachel is back into comedy too.
Yeah.
How was work with her?
She's great. She's super funny. I hope that she does more comedy. She should.
Why Rachel? Because she starts in comedy, but in the last years
she's kind of
hasn't done a lot.
Right. It's kind of like you get identified as a dramatic actor. You keep getting offered those roles, but we knew that she could do comedy and be great at it. So it was just refreshing.
Is this gun real?
Oh no, Andy.
Oh, no.
And the concept, game night, which games did you put into this script?
We tried to put as many games into the script as we possibly could. I think there are like 12 games that we actually see them playing in some way.
We doctored the logos at the beginning of the movie to include game pieces. We made the Warner Brothers look like a game piece, and then there's little game pieces from real games that are falling.
So much worse.
The way you shoot the movie in the nights put a particular difficulty, right?
Yes, it is. It's hard to be funny when you're really tired. And so we made an effort to have a lot of the scenes that are supposed to take place at night not actually be at night. So we did a lot of stage work. The scene where she's removing the bullet was actually on a stage. We transitioned from an exterior at night to where the car is.
We would also, a lot of the interiors, we would put tents around the windows so it looked, you know, like it was nighttime.
How was the process shooting the film?
Well, it was pretty easy. Everybody got along really well, and the script was really good, and the directors were very friendly. And aside from shooting at night, we had to shoot a lot of nights because it's game night. It takes place all one night. Other than that, it was pretty easy.
Keys to the Stingray.
Just the keys?
No, Ryan, the whole car.
Oh, yes!
How much time did you spend doing that in one night?
Well, we usually work 12 hours.
Okay.
So when you're doing the night work, you start work kind of as the sun's going down. You start to prepare, and then as soon as the sun is down and it's dark, then you start rolling, and you shoot all night until the sun comes up.
Okay.
And that gets difficult. You feel like a vampire.
You're not gonna know what's real and what's fake.
Can you tell me about your characters, please, guys?
Yeah, I play Gary, the creepy cop that happens to live next door to Jason and Rachel's characters, and yeah, his entire world pretty much revolves around getting an invite to this game night. That's kind of the most important thing in his world when the movie picks up.
Her character, a witch.
A witch. No, our characters, we've been together for a really long time, and one thing that we take pride in is playing games with our other friends on a weekly basis. And so what you're seeing in the film is kind of our lives being shaken up a bit because this isn't our typical game night.
Right.
And also we're going through a little bit of a thing because he found out that I had sex with a celebrity.
I'm the brother who comes in out of town, who is not who he seems. Sort of sets up the evening because he's gonna throw the best game night ever that this whole group of people's ever seen. And that's where it goes wrong. Guys, what do you say we do this at my house next week? This will be a game night to remember.
How did you feel doing comedy? Because especially you have to make some kind of comedy with sarcastic and dark humor.
Yeah, well, I think that's the thing that I really enjoyed about Gary. He seemed to almost wander in from some other movie, and he seemed very out of place, you know.
Yeah.
So it's always in the back of your head when you're doing a comedy. I hope people laugh, but with him, it was easier to just attempt to forget about any joke and play it as straightforward and sincere as I could.
I've always enjoyed the camaraderie of good friends competing in games of chance and skill.
There's a different kind of couples inside the game.
Yeah.
In a different relationship.
We were said that too when we first started shooting the film. We were like, this is an interesting group of people that are getting together to play these.
Yeah, it's always a mixed couple. If you walk down the street and you open someone's curtain and you looked into their house where they're playing game night, it would be confusing to you.
Yeah.
You would look at people and go, that person doesn't
Doesn't
look like
belong.
they would,
That doesn't. Yeah.
like who, and you don't really know. And I think
That's what games does. It brings people together.
Yeah.
that's what games do.
Calm down, Kylie.
Well, ours isn't a relationship because this is the first night we've spent together. I'm guessing.
Yeah,
we haven't hung out socially, so that's what was fun about it and made it different from the other couples in the movie because we've never.
But I think
hung out
like they
before.
know each other well from the office.
Yeah, they know
because
each
remember
other,
the whole
but-
thing when he puts the thing up on the screen in the boardroom and
But we've never been out in a social capacity.
yeah, like that.
Crash the car into the plane like Liam Neeson in Taken 3?
He did that in Taken 3, huh?
You were fans of this kind of games, or you just?
Sure, yeah. I mean, I grew up obsessively playing Monopoly and Risk and all these games, and I had an older brother who would always beat me. He has game nights now.
Mafia, that was mine.
Oh really?
Mafia?
Did you know Mafia?
No.
Again, it's just like someone's a murderer or whatnot, and they start taking people out, and you have to discuss who is the killer
Okay.
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just yelling at each other.
No, we never did that. I mean, like party games and that kind of thing where you turn the lights off and have to find someone in the room. Does that sound creepy and weird?
Somebody put in the closet a couple.
No. Wait a sec, you can't just come in here and break the door. Oh.
They're so real.
Guys, make sure you get a piece of this cheese.
I was never a child.
No.
Just so you know, I always had the mentality of a man,
Okay.
a grown up. So I didn't really play games. I was all about discipline, focus,
Intelligent games, maybe.
intelligent games. Yeah, I used to check my IQ score,
Which is
7.
7.
Yeah, high 7s.
in the high 7s.
7.3. Okay.
In the scale of.
No, it's a 168. My IQ.
Any silly games. You know what I remember? I don't know if I should get into it. How much time do we have?
Get into it.
Like 5 hours.
So when I lived in Portugal, and we were quite young, but we used to play this game where all the neighborhood kids, the girls would line up in a line, and then the boys would line up in a line, and you had to approach each. So if I had to approach each guy in the line and say a number between 1 to 10, and it was a different thing that you'd have to do with the guy. So like 1 would be a hug, 2 would be a kiss on the cheek. 3 might be 2 kisses on the cheek.
Wow.
Yeah, and then it just kind of progressed.
What was number 10?
10 was you had to go
Anal.
into a closet. Did you say
10 is anal. That's what do you play as a kid?
The big prize, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I throw a bunch of game nights on weekends. I just think it's funny that adults need some excuse to argue and compete with each other. And very often it's over a childlike board game.
20 questions. Road trips, 20 questions. You know 20 questions?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a big game when I was a kid.
Played some Connect 4, some, You know that game? It's very simple. You just have to connect 4.
We don't need a board and we do not need pieces.
We won't need any extra rudeness.
Your character says something about, let's say, underground games.
Yes.
Have you heard about any kind of these games?
They absolutely exist.
Really?
Guys. Yeah, 100%.
Fight Club.
Yeah, or like fight nights and stuff like that. I've definitely been
rich
down
guys?
on Wall Street into like an old bank, and there's
Really?
like fights happening.
No.
Not like it's more put together, but there's still
What?
fights.
God.
I went to Thailand and like the kickboxing fights out there.
Yeah.
It's intense.
Wow.
In Mexico, we put chickens fighting each other.
Oh, dude.
with knives.
Cockfights.
Oh
my God!
It's for real.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. Have you got a petition or anything? Because I'd like to sign something.
Yeah.
Tonight, we're taking game night up a notch.
Oh boy.
How difficult is to be like being in the character when a lot of crazy stuff is going around?
You just kind of hold on by the seat of your pants and just take like you're like, okay, let's do this.
Yeah, because the whole thing was just fun. It was kind of enjoyable, you know. So it never felt tough, any of it. You're just kind of in it and having fun.
Thank you very much, guys.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.